Hey guys, Twister here, and that was an interesting race at Kansas this Sunday. I want to apologize for this video not coming out yesterday. I was a little busy and just didn't have quite the time, and this video is also going to be short because of that. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the race. Overall, the race was solid. It wasn't bad. It was fairly good for a half mile. There was a lot of good racing. The leader was never too far away, which was nice. You didn't just see somebody get out like a 14-second lead or anything like that, which was good. I'd give the race a 7 out of 10. It was solid without even having a lot of cautions and stuff like that. So that was good. But the big thing that comes from this race are probably who won and some of the drivers eliminated. So first I want to talk into some of the results. Obviously, as you probably heard by now, that Chase Elliott won the race, if you didn't see it yourself, which is surprising to see a Hendrick team win on a 1.5 mile track. And that definitely puts him in the conversation for potentially being a threat for the championship. Now, I see a favorite. Like some people said, no, he's not the favorite yet. Kevin Harvick would have won both Dover and probably this race had he not had issues either of his pit crew doing or his own doing, which that team seems to make consistently, so you never know. And Kyle Busch is definitely showing some speed once again in their cars, so those two are definitely the favorites. But some other noticeable things was Martin Truex Jr. really never came around during the race. His team still came up to finish well, but there were several points where he was below the cut line, and I wondered during parts of the race if he was going to make it through or not, but his team did pull it out. But you have to wonder if they're still the caliber of team that they once were. And after seeing this week, I'm beginning to think that he may not make it to Homestead, especially with that team dissolving at the end of the year. That could be causing some of the problems. Um, Now, what surprised me this race is I thought out of the drivers below the cut line that Keselowski would be the one to go up there and battle for the win, and potentially knock someone like Truex out. But Keselowski never had speed. He finished, I think, sixth, but his car was never a winning car. And what did surprise me on the other side was his two teammates. Joey Logano led the first part of the race, had a solid car, and Ryan Blaney really had a good car. And I think had he calmed down a little bit towards the end, he could have potentially won the race, but just things didn't fall into place, and he overdrove it too much and hit the wall. But he went down fighting, and Kyle Larson, who started the week off wrecking in practice, qualified 27th, had to go to the back because of a backup car, and he, I think, had the best car at the end of the race. If it was given more time or better track position, I think he would have gotten past Chase Elliott and won. But he didn't quite make it, and unfortunately he's eliminated. But both of those, both Larson and Blaney, definitely put up a fight to make it through there. And Alex Bowman also outperformed Keselowski for most of the race too, which was surprising. That team put together a solid race, even with him getting into the wall a little bit. That team finished ninth, I believe. So, good job for the guys below the cut line. But unfortunately, none of them advanced on, even though that it was quite close. Now, as you see, the most of the final 8 are Fords, with 4 being from Stewart-Haas Racing, which is, I don't think, has been done since 2016 when Joe Gibbs Racing did that. So that's quite impressive by the organization. So, after this weekend, now people are wanting to say, well, who of these 8 is going to go to Homestead to compete with Martinsville, Phoenix, and Texas coming up? And I'm a little uncertain now, because at the beginning of this, I thought Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch instantly, they were going. Truex had a good shot at it and stuff like that. My Final Four did not include Truex, but I thought that he would at least make a run for it. But I don't know. After seeing this weekend, if you're a Clint Boyer fan, Truex fan, Kurt Busch fan, Yeah, you gotta be a little worried. I know that they've all ran well at some of these tracks, but they have definitely struggled. I think Kurt Busch's best finish in the playoffs is like 14th, which that's not how he quite ran, but still that's not going to cut it. And if now that you see, I mean, they're all below the cut line, and the big thing here is I don't think most people are thinking about is, well, we expect Busch and Harvick to both make it. Now, picture this. Let's say Chase Elliott continues to dominate. He wins at Martinsville. Or Clint Boyer wins at Martinsville. Then Chase Elliott wins somewhere else. Or Joey Logano wins somewhere else. Well, then if you look at it, if you have some of these drivers on the cut line and below it win, you have two of them win, you go into, I believe it's Phoenix, with only two spots with points, or you better win. So if it comes down to it, and none of the big three win, that only puts one of them making it to Homestead, which is unlikely that none of the big three win. But it could definitely happen, and you may only have one of the big three in Homestead, which would definitely be shocking and very surprising. But that's just something for people to think about going into these next races, because there are several drivers that could definitely make a run at being in the championship four and knock some real contenders out. Now, as regarding the champion, I'm not going to make a prediction on that until after these three races. I want to see who really is the best, or who's just maybe pulled off some good races. But there's definitely been some key notices from this round, and with the likes of Larson and Keselowski being knocked out, you know that these teams are the best eight, and you cannot make a mistake in this round. If you make a mistake, you are done. And some of these teams have been very mistake prone, so we'll see. Anyways, that's all I really had for this episode. I may make a preview of Martinsville. Just depends on how my time goes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, hit the like button and subscribe, so that way you can know whenever I make these post-race videos. And hopefully I'll get some more content on the channel soon. Just been a little busy. Anyway, I thank you guys for watching and listening, and I'll see you in the next one.